Tesla has delivered a really impressive number of cars in the third quarter. I don't know why people aren't really reporting on this, because this is a very, very good result. And in fact, it means they're still selling more electric cars worldwide than BYD, even with an old Tesla Model Y. Even though they've clearly admitted that they're not focusing on EV sales, they're focusing on artificial intelligence, on automation, on robotics. So what is going on here, and why have Tesla been able to still beat BYD, even though BYD sold more than 400,000 cars in a single month in September? Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. I'm coming to you from Pismo Beach in California. I've got to say a big thank you to a friend here who owns this house and has kindly let us stay here while we're here in California for a very, very quick trip, Shanna, to go to Disneyland and do some other bucket list things as well. Now, my apologies, guys. I forgot to bring my microphone. Bear with me. I'll try to do my best. Tesla has, some people are saying, scored a win against BYD, but I actually don't think that's really accurate. And the reason being, BYD is choosing consciously not to focus on electric cars. I know why no one's talking about this. No one is. But they're clearly not focusing on them at all. They're clearly focusing on plug-in hybrids. All their development work, not all of it, but the vast majority of their development work, their new models, most of them are plug-in hybrids. 80% of the new models are plug-in hybrids. Their battery technology for their EVs, it's fallen behind all of their rivals. The BYD Blade battery version 2, who knows what happened to that? That was meant to be out months ago. That hasn't appeared. It's just, don't know. Anyway, all their new models are being announced with their old batteries. So clearly BYD is saying, you know what? We know how to beat our rivals. We know how to beat Toyota and Volkswagen Group. It's with plug-in hybrids. Maybe we'll do focus back on the EVs later on in a few years' time. That appears to be BYD's plan. So some of the media sources, for example, Inside EV, saying that Tesla has scored a win against BYD, not really accurate, because BYD wants to make money and get as many sales as it can. Now, yes, BYD doesn't make much profit, but if you look at the fact that, 85% of BYD sales are in China, they're doing incredibly well. But what I think is also interesting is Tesla's doing incredibly well to just maintain the number of sales and actually increase them. And we're hearing this stuff from the media, right? We're hearing, Tesla sales have collapsed in California, or Tesla sales have collapsed here and there and there, or Tesla sales have collapsed in Germany. If all of this stuff together paints a picture, the picture it's painting is that Tesla's in trouble. But the facts don't actually back that up at all. I mean, the facts, in fact, would paint the picture that Tesla is on the cusp of their stock potentially doubling. I mean, I drove the Cybertruck today, guys. Full self-driving. It was unfreaking believable. 40 miles. I mean, just no interventions. People are driving Tesla vehicles now for thousands of miles with no interventions. Nobody's talking about this. We're just hearing these negative news pieces from companies like places like Electric saying, it's terrible, it's going to kill you. And I think that's really hiding the fact that Tesla automation, artificial intelligence, and vehicle deliveries are all actually, and energy division sales are skyrocketing. But Tesla as a company is much healthier and doing much better than what I think the media is telling us. And obviously Elon Musk tweets, we're seeing those, and that's obviously having a negative impact on the perception of Tesla as a company. When it comes to the facts, though, the company is really kicking goals. Along with, after 2 consecutive quarters of, I wouldn't say slumps, that's what Inside EV said. To be honest, that's factually kind of ridiculous. After 2 consecutive quarters of a slight decrease, Tesla is unquestionably back in the win column, and they've delivered 463,000 cars globally. That is clearly higher than BYD's EV sales, not by a whole lot. 443,000 were BYD's numbers. But I think if you'd asked the media, if you'd said to any of the media, right, in, say, November, December last year, if you'd told them, no, Tesla without a new Model Y, with the old Model Y, no changes. We don't even get the Chinese version outside of China, which is better than the version that's sold inside China. If you'd said, okay, media, Tesla's going to be still selling the same old Model Y, but they're going to beat BYD in the third quarter of 2024, they would have laughed at you. How are Tesla going to do this? How the hell will that happen? Well, it just happened. Yes, the difference wasn't that big. And yes, we have BYD to thank partly for that. And it's because BYD clearly are not focusing on EV sales. But at the same time, this is still a good win for Tesla, considering the fact that Tesla no longer cares about car sales either. Now, I'm exaggerating. Yes, I know Tesla still care about car sales, but nowhere near what they used to. Tesla is in a financial position now where they can do the smart thing. Why would you want to sell more cars when, well, we all know the global car market is going to shrink drastically over the next 15 years. I think everyone is in agreement that that's going to happen. And these Chinese automakers are willing to sell at a loss for at least the next 10 years. What kind of a market is that? That's not even a zero-sum game. It's worse than a zero-sum game. Tesla's like, let's step away from that. Let's get robots out to the whole world. Let's displace the entire labor force worth $30 trillion. The automotive industry is worth a fraction of that. And let's focus on automation, on robots, on cars that drive themselves. Basically, let's focus on businesses that make financial sense. And I think it's a smart move from Tesla. Now, BYD, same thing for them. BYD have nearly 1 million staff now. They're trying to grow as fast as they can. And there, for them, they believe the smart move is to build more plug-in hybrids. That's how they can get more cars into more homes, displace more petrol cars, displace more diesel vehicles. And that's true. Now, do I want that to happen? Not really. I'd much prefer if BYD focused on EVs to make EVs better. Potentially if they were able to really focus their efforts on making something like a condensed battery for the Cadel has 400 watt hours per kilogram. Imagine if every BYD EV had a 400 watt hour per kilogram energy density battery. That would mean they would all have more than double the range. I mean, BYD's current energy density is 165 watt hours per kilogram. That would mean your BYD Seal you're driving today would have 1,400 kilometers of range, right? That would mean the BYD pickup truck, right? They could have made that electric and have 600 miles of range. You could tow easily with that. But that to me would have been better. But the second best is plug-in hybrids are certainly better than just purely diesel cars, purely petrol-powered vehicles. The key takeaway here, though, is both companies, both BYD and Tesla, are doing well. Now, I know there's camps when I say something positive about Tesla, they snicker and they get angry. When I say something positive about BYD, some people do the same thing. But I don't think we need to do that. I think we can support both BYD and we can support Tesla, point out the good things both companies are doing. And honestly, out of the two, yes, BYD is absolutely winning the global car race. But I think the smart move from BYD here would be to pivot more towards what Tesla are doing for the reasons that I mentioned. The long-term health of every business worldwide, it requires automation and artificial intelligence. That is the future of the entire market, of the entire sales market, of everything that's going to happen over the next 10 or 20 years. Let me know what you think.